Hey everybody, this review is on M3GAN 2.0. So the plot of this movie is after the events of the first movie, M3GAN's robotic technology is used by the government for their own purposes, and they wanted to build a device called Amelia, which is an assassin robot that's used to scare off people in public so that they would go against AI because Gemma has been ridiculed by the public for creating M3GAN and all the mayhem that she caused. So the world's really going against AI technology. But but using M3GAN's technology, her the corrupt code that was inside her causes Amelia to turn hostile and go against her own creators, just like how M3GAN did to Gemma. And Gemma obviously hears about this and and sees Katie and says, like we got to do something about this. And once you know it, Gemma finds out that M3GAN is still out there. Her digital code is out there. Her technology that they put her in this little device, and she processes. I'll be good from now on. So they build M3GAN a new body and try to take and hopefully try to get her to stop Amelia and all the creators for causing all this AI takeover. As I mentioned, if you haven't seen my review of the first M3GAN, I surprisingly liked it. Like I really liked it. Like it wasn't scary really. Like for a horror movie it wasn't scary, but I thought it was very smart, clever, and had a surprising amount of depth to it. Like it was very emotional for a horror movie. Like lots of the emotional value is really good. It deals with grief and even coping with methods that of technology, even if sometimes it's an unhealthy attachment. And even kids now have kind of unhealthy attachment to technology. I'm not dissing kids. That's how every generation goes. So I was curious to see how this was gonna do as a sequel, but I didn't see the sequel in theaters because one, nobody wanted to see it with me, and two, it went out of theaters quick. But I finally saw it now that it's able for free. And how is it? It's a step down. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't think this is a bad movie. It was just okay, let me explain. When I heard this was an action movie instead of a horror movie, I admit I wasn't against it. In fact, I actually liked it. The idea. I was like, huh, M3GAN has like trying to turn good this time. It's basically like Terminator 2 where the villain from the first becomes good to help against a greater evil. I'm like, okay, that could be fun. I'm digging it. Like the first one, like it was silly and corny, but had a lot of depth to it. Like I said, but I thought like if this is an action movie that's kind of doing like a really tongue in cheek uh type action movie comedy, I think it could really work. The problem is that's not what a lot of the movie is. Like if you see the trailers, you would think like this looks like a really fun, like mindless, turn your brain off kind of movie. It kind of is, but at the same time, it's not really. It's actually pretty underwhelming. I mean, I know the first. I'm not gonna act like the first movie had a lot of action and a lot of you know uh, stuff happening. Well, stuff happened, but like nothing like exciting and like whoa. This one like they kind of save most of that for the end. Like if you see like all the trailers, like M3GAN in that giant robot body fighting Amelia or like any of the other agents or like you don't see that part in the trailer where she's like in that jumpsuit and flying across the canyons. All that stuff is mostly at the in like the last 40 minutes or so. Lots of this movie is just exposition about technology, and I didn't find it that interesting. I mean, I know there was a lot of dialogue in the first M3GAN movie. Like I know that it wasn't all just horror stuff, but the thing is, it was interesting because the characters actually had something like really thought provoking to say, and it had, like I said, a lot of depth to it. Like lots of the emotional value. Like Katie's very depressed and she's been miserable because her parents just died. So, and when you see her trying to use M3GAN as a coping mechanism, you're like, you know what? Maybe M3GAN isn't really a one-sided villain. Maybe like you can kind of root for her, but then when she gets too overly attached, you're like, okay, no, she's not very good. Here, like, they kind of do like a funny thing where like they don't trust her, but at the same time they're like, we have no choice. Like they like Katie's like really concerned, like, Megan, don't do this, like, do this, you got to go with Gemma to like this. And it's like that's amusing, like there's fun stuff like that, but it's not really explored. And I get that, like, I mean, I kind of like that it wasn't explored because I think it would have gotten too old, because it would have been a really beaten over your head redemption story. But it, it just, nothing really happens really. Like most of it's just, you just see all the AI technology and lots of people rooting against it, or you're trying to see them trying to go against Megan. And like there's some stuff, like there's some amused stuff that's like I said, when Megan gets her upgraded by, she does a lot of combat, or she like flies through the mountains. I like, and Gemma even at one point gets captured, and of course Megan tries to save her. Katie tries to save her, and like there's some exciting stuff, but most of it just felt underwhelming. And like the acting is fine. Like I liked Alice. I thought Allison Williams was fantastic, just like she was in the first movie. Even the kid who plays Katie, she's still really good, even if she doesn't have like lots of the strong emotional value the first movie did. I think she still did very good. And uh, Jermaine Clement is the villain in this movie, and like he's all right. Like he wasn't particularly funny or boring or interesting. He was just kind of a nothing villain. And Amelia was kind of cool. She's like the tall, more. She doesn't look like a little girl doll. She's like a female adult who's like giant and tall, and but also has like kind of like blades, kind of like uh, I can't even know. I don't even know who I was trying to think of. Like so like it's kind of cool. Like there's some like cool moments between like lots of AI robot stuff. Like tries to be, like I said, kind of like a cyber, kind of like a Terminator 2 thing, where like it shows the bad side of the technology while also being a redemption story for the antagonist from the first movie. But it just, it wasn't very exciting, and it didn't really have a lot. It had stuff to say, but it wasn't really stuff that stuck with you. It's kind of what we knew in the first movie, like technology can be bad if we don't use it properly. Like yeah, it's kind of the same message in the first movie, so it's nothing particularly new. It's just, I don't know. I know. I feel like I know you're like, why aren't you saying much? Like I don't really know what to say about this movie. It's just, I was expecting a lot more, but it was ultimately just kind of fine. Like it's watchable. Like this isn't something I'd watch again. Like I'd gladly watch the first movie again. This one, I mean, if I was forced to watch it, I would. It just felt, it left nothing for me. The first movie, I'm not gonna act like it's gonna have an impact on my life, but at least it's something that made me think. It left a bit of an impact on me. This, it tries. Like that's why I don't think this movie's bad. Like I think it tries. Like I do like the idea that I explored the sci-fi aspect more, because the first one, all it did was just a toy getting made. That was really it. It was more of a horror movie. This one, it's a sci-fi action movie, and there's a lot of fun stuff, but not a lot of it's really exposed, uh, exposed, showcased until like the halfway point through the movie. Like it's, most of it's just meh. Like it's kind of a nothing movie. Like I don't. I give them props for trying to make a different type of sequel, like something that wasn't a horror movie. And the movie's very funny. Like I did laugh quite a few times. Like I think the humor was really good. Like Megan has, of course, a bunch of the one-liners and catchphrases that you would never see on T-shirts, because I doubt they would make t-shirts out of this movie since it didn't do well. And there's like a lot of like really crazy sci-fi adventure scenarios that they put her in, so like it tries to be a fun action movie, but it mostly comes off as a bit lackluster until it does eventually get really fun in like the last 30 minutes. Most of it's just kind of all right. Like the acting does sell it. Like it's the acting's still really good. Like I said, the kid's still very good. Allison Williams, fantastic. The voice of Megan, she delivers her lines very funny. It's I don't know. I don't know. This is a weird movie to describe. It's just especially given it's a sequel to a movie I surprisingly highly enjoyed. It just was a nothing movie. Like I don't regret watching it like I said. Like I mean, I'm glad I at least checked it out, but I can't say I missed much over the fact that I missed my chance to see us in theaters cuz honestly, I wouldn't have felt ripped off, but at the same time I probably would have walked out like, well, at least I killed 2 hours. It's so yeah, if you like the first Megan, this could go either way for you. If you particularly love like the corniness and the humor of the first movie, this one does get it for the most part, even though there's a lot of uninteresting exposition throughout most of the movie and not a lot of the payoffs always great. But there's enough in it to make you say, you know what, I'm glad I saw it. But if you love the emotional depth of the first movie, or if you wanted an actual horror movie, this one might disappoint you. It's not a bad movie. It's just it's mid. Like it's very average. It's just kind of a whatever movie. Like I could sit through it if I was forced to, but I wouldn't like choose it if I was like browsing through a streaming site or if it was on TV. I mean, I'd only watch it if on TV if like literally nothing else was on. So yeah, for a movie I surprisingly really liked. The sequel was pretty underwhelming, but I don't I don't suggest avoiding it, but I don't think it's a strong recommendation either. It's kind of a do it as you will type movie. It exists. So yeah, so I'll see you later, everybody.